I'm in the middle of making a D&D character, and I think I accidentally stumbled upon one of the most cracked things of all time. I wanted to make a paladin because obviously, and over here looking at divine smite, as much as they massacred my boy, you will notice now that it affects unarmed strikes. Seeing that, I'm like, oh, I can punch people with the power of God? Hell yeah, let's go. When choosing a species, I'm like, let's go with Goliath. They seem big. They seem like they know how to punch people. And when looking at the list of Goliath subspecies, you'll notice the hill giant has this thing called Hill's Tumble, which is when you hit a larger, smaller creature, you can just knock them prone. They don't get to save, you just do it. So I'm like, that's crazy. What else can I do to make my unarmed strikes as powerful as possible as a paladin? So obviously I'm checking out Tavern Brawler for my origin feat, because I mean, you get that extra damage on your unarmed strikes, which isn't going to matter in about 2 seconds, but you can re-roll damage on ones that you make with your unarmed strikes. You get that improvised weapon proficiency, but most importantly, you can push creatures as part of the attack action on your turn. I know pushing someone 5 feet might not seem like a big deal, but I promise this is going to be huge. For our fighting style, we're obviously going to take unarmed fighting, because that will allow us to do a D8 damage with our punches, and it also lets you do that extra D4 bludgeoning damage when you have a creature grappled. Then we obviously take the Grappler feat at level 4, meaning that we can grapple someone for free when we punch them. We get advantage on creatures we have grappled, and our speed isn't cut in half when we're dragging a creature around that is grappled by us. And all of that is just to say, when we attack someone, we can hit them for a bunch of damage, knock them prone if we feel like it, also try to grapple them all at the same time, and if there's some kind of hazard around, we can drag them over there and then use our second attack to hit them again at advantage, push them 5 feet, and throw them into or onto whatever that hazardous thing is. I'm building this character for a pirate campaign, so you better believe I'm throwing everybody off this ship. I mean, obviously punching someone, doing a bunch of damage to them, and throwing them off a boat is why I'm most excited about this. However, this whole build gives you so much versatility. Being able to just knock someone prone when you feel like it a few times a day is wild. And that isn't limited to your melee attacks. That's when you hit with a weapon attack. And because we have Tavern Brawler and you have improvised weapon proficiency, you can just grab whatever's around, throw it at a guy, knock him prone, and then you or your buds can go in and get some free advantage. And in the unfortunate circumstance where you're not on a ship, or there's nothing to throw someone into that would be meaningful, you just hold them grappled and prone, and you're just doing damage to them for free at the beginning of your turn, while getting free advantage as you hit them repeatedly. I don't know how high level this game's gonna go, but the idea of stacking this with a multi-class in Rogue, so that you're just getting your sneak attack for free every turn because you've got someone grappled and therefore have advantage, and stacking that with the smite damage and all this other damage we're generating, is wild. Anyways, this is just a fun build that I kind of discovered while looking at all of the different ways we could make our unarmed strikes better, not as a monk. If there's any ways that you can think of to make this better, let me know, because I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry to my dungeon master in advance.